Nashayla Robertson. The defendant is charged with 1 count of aggravated assault. The defendant is here today for a pretrial.
Appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Christina Ritter on behalf of the people, P number 83505.
And good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Leanna Belcher, P80177 on behalf of Ms. Robertson.
And Ms. Robertson, unmute and state your name.
Nashayla Robertson.
Robertson's, all right. Give me 1 second. Today is the date set. Okay. Today is the date set for a pretrial conference. How are we proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. This matter was originally charged as a felony. It was set for an examination before Judge Jefferson in December. The complaining witness did not appear at that time, so the felony counts were dismissed, which left the misdemeanor. At this point in time, Your Honor, I do not know if the prosecutor has had any contact with that complaining witness. It's the same complaining witness. So the defense would request a final pretrial where the complaining witness must be present.
Ms. Ritter?
Your Honor, so sister counsel's recitation of the information on this case is correct. Looking at the notes in our system, Judge, it looks like our victim advocate service, as well as the felony exam prosecutor, had trouble reaching the complaining witness. Actually, the complaining witness's phone is out of service at this time. So at this time, Judge, the people will not be able to proceed because we're unable to locate the complaining witness. However, if that information or status changes, we will consider a refile, but right now we will not be able to continue with this case, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, so just so I'm clear, the people are not requesting its usual adjournment. You are satisfied that at this particular time you're unable to locate. Ms. Robertson, can you please be still? Please be still. You're indicating that you can't locate the witness and therefore you can't proceed at this time. I just want to make sure that that's what you're saying.
Yes, Judge, that's correct. Like I said, Judge, just based off the information, and I don't want to clog up the court's docket any further. So that's the information we have, and we won't be able to move forward, Your Honor, at this time.
All right, Ms. Belcher.
Yes, Your Honor. Based on that information, the defense would move for a dismissal at this point in time.
Today is the day set for pretrial conference, and it is the first scheduling of the pretrial conference. However, the people have indicated that at this time they cannot locate the complaining witness. They are unable to proceed with the case at this time, and therefore the court is going to grant defense counsel's motion and dismiss the matter without prejudice for failure of the complaining witness to appear. Well, no, because the people are unable to proceed at this time, being unable to locate the complaining witness. Ms. Belcher, if you could submit an order of dismissal to my clerk, I will sign it and get it back to you. Do you have Mr. Flanagan's email address?
Your Honor, he sent it to me in the chat, so I'm writing that down. As soon as I get to my office, I can send that today.
Isn't he a great clerk?
You have a great courtroom, Your Honor.
Oh my goodness. I mean, you see how he sent it without me even asking him to do so? I'm not gonna be able to make it without him. Well, that's what I said about my last clerk, because she was great too. And then I was blessed to get another great clerk. So it must be something I'm doing. All right. Ms. Belcher, you have a great day. Stay safe. Ms. Robertson, we are going to mail you a copy of the, strike that. No, we're not. We're going to email your lawyer the order of dismissal, and she'll get you a copy for your records, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day. Stay safe.
Thank you, Your Honor. You too.
All right, you're welcome. All right, I'm ready on Abutam. Mr. Abutam, please start your camera. Thank you. This is case number 214572801, the people of the state of Michigan versus Muhammad Ali Abutam. The defendant is charged with 1 count of assault or assault and battery. Today is the date set for final pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
And good morning, Your Honor. Hassan Bazi, P78448 on behalf of Mr. Abutam, who is present. Mr. Abutam, can you unmute your mic and state your name for the record?
Muhammad Abutam.
Today is the day set for final pretrial conference. And Mr. Bazi, I know off the record, you said you're still considering the people's offer. or you're trying to still talk to Ms. Ritter about the offer, but well, this is scheduled for 9/10. When is Mr. Abutam's case on the docket for trial? It seems like he should have a trial date, but I don't see it in my book.
Judge, I have April 22nd, 2024.
Okay, that's okay. It's farther out. Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're
Mr.
welcome.
Bazzi, how do you wish to proceed?
Judge, I had a chance to write a deviation letter to Ms. Ritter and her and Gary Breslin. I believe they accepted it. There's just some terms of the conditions of the probation that I wanted to discuss it with Ms. Ritter. So I'm just asking for a short adjournment, not too long, and it's going to be a plea.
All right.
If
Well,
we can come to the agreements, obviously.
yes. All right. The court will continue a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Abutam. Set the matter for a final pretrial conference. I'm going to leave that trial date there for now. And my earliest available date where I won't overwork myself is, I think, February the 23rd. But Mr. Flanagan, how many do I have on February 23rd?
$13.
All right, Mr. Bazzi, does that date work for you?
Yes, February 23rd, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
All right, then the court will adjourn this matter to February 23rd at 9:10. Anything
Thank
further?
you.
You're welcome.
No, thank you. And I'll get in touch with Ms. Ritters. Thank you, Ms. Ritters.
You're welcome. Nothing further, Judge.
All right, then we're all set, gentlemen. Have a great day. Stay safe.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, there are a couple of more people need to be brought in. Where's Miss Stevenson? Okay. Oh, Miss Ritter, go ahead. Now you could go. Talk to those.
Okay. Thank
Yes.
you.
You're welcome. All right, good morning. Stay muted, please. Stay muted, stay muted. Good morning. I'm going to send you to a breakout room. Please accept to join the breakout room and wait for the lawyers to come in to speak with you. Do not leave the breakout room until you have spoken with a lawyer. Make sure you remain seated, stationary, in an upright position, and ready to attend court at all times. Remain stationary, seated in an upright position, ready to attend court. Please accept to join the breakout room. Wait for the lawyers to come in to speak with you. Ms. Knighton, breakout room number 12. Ms. Anderson, breakout room number 13. Okay. Mm. All right, good morning. The person on the vortex, Z23, please unmute and state your name for the court.
April Hollins.
Thank you. Ms. Hollins, start your camera. Ms. Hollins, I'm going to send you to a breakout room so that you can speak with the lawyer.
Okay.
Please make sure you remain stationary, seated in an upright position, and ready to attend court. I'm going to send you to the breakout room. The lawyers will come in to speak with you shortly. There are several people ahead of you, but remain in the breakout room until the lawyer comes in, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Except to join breakout room number 15.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Miss Fanny's client still isn't here. All right, Mr. Flanagan, once Miss Ritter comes out of her breakout room, let's see. Oh, I know, I was gonna ask you, Mr. Flanagan, I let the jail in. Who, do you know who that is? Who's on our jail list?
Yes, Your Honor, that's Eugene Southern.
Oh, okay, okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Why is only one of his cases on the docket though? He has 4 cases.
Yeah, the other cases are set for another day. Let me find out when those are.
Well, they all should have been set for today. He has a trial Wednesday or Thursday. All the cases should have been on the docket for today. I think he has like 4 or 5 cases, I think.
Yeah, he's scheduled for tomorrow.
Oh no, that's a mistake, isn't it? He shouldn't be on for tomorrow. It should all be today. And then Wednesday, I think, or something. I mean, Thursday. He should have bench trial scheduled for Thursday and today was his the final pretrial.
Oh, Your Honor,
Yes.
looks like the case today, this was scheduled by magistrates.
Oh, this is a different case? So he has 5 cases?
Yeah, this is a different case.
Oh, gee. Okay. 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 Oh, okay. I wonder if this case is going to be included in his resolution. Okay. Make sure I remember to let Ms. Stevenson know that. Let me see.
Okay.
Is she in there with him yet? No. Okay. I'll tell her before.
Okay.
All right. We're on, I guess, a brief recess while Ms. Ritter finishes talking to the other witness.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Ms. Ritter is back. Let me get Ms. Stevenson. Well, let's see if she'll look at her text first before I jump in the room. She's taking a long. Let's see. You're not looking. So, Ms. Ritter.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So with respect to the complaining witness that's in person, that person then is representing what agency? Because they're in person.
Marshals.
Okay. Can they come to the podium, please? And then, Ms. Stevenson, I was confused. So Mr. Southern is on the docket tomorrow, but that's also him in the breakout room today. And this is a new case. So is this case going to be included in this global resolution? Because this is new.
Yes, Judge. So the people already sent over, I believe in total it was about 6 misdemeanor cases altogether included in the global resolution for Mr. Southern. So
Okay.
this on the docket for today is also included in the global resolution as well.
All right, so, but, sir, state your name for me.
Aim Chowdhury.
Say that again, I apologize.
Aim Chowdhury.
Thank you. And you represent, marshals?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Stevenson, so you acknowledge Mr. Chowdhury's appearance on Mr. Southern's case for Marshall retail fraud?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right, thank you for appearing, sir. You are free to go. I appreciate you. Mr. Southern is present, but I can tell you that his case isn't going to be completed today because the prosecutor is trying to do a resolution with all of the cases that he has. Okay, so the prosecutor will contact you or the store, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so that's with respect to Mr. Southern. So actually, do we even need to can we just bring Mr. Southern out? Because he's has to
Yes.
come back tomorrow.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
Your Honor,
yes.
I have received communication, and I'm sorry if you and Ms. Ritter have already discussed this. I've received communication regarding Mr. Southern's global resolution.
I just want you to say that, but I want you to dial that back down. Because I don't want you to say if me and Ms. Ritter have discussed something about Mr. Eugene Southern outside
Understood.
of the presence of the defense attorney.
Yes,
We
Your
have
Honor.
not discussed Mr. Eugene Southern. My clerk told me that Mr. Eugene Southern had a case that was new.
Okay.
Okay.
With
Okay.
that then, could I have sidebar with the court and the people?
Not right now, not about Eugene Southern, because he's on the docket tomorrow. So let's get some of these other people out and we can have
Okay.
a sidebar later.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome. Okay, I'm ready on Rodney Anthony.
Oh,
Well, really, let's do, where the man, okay. Let's see. Where did he go? Oh. Okay, I'm actually ready on Stephen Ross. Let's do Ross.
could I get Ms. Kirkland and
I mean, the fact that your students are sitting in that breakout room is
Ms. Woods? They'll
beyond
come up,
me.
right?
I mean, no. Okay.
I
Ms.
wanted to-
Stevenson, let me be clear.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Today might not be the day because we have a lot of cases to get through and I got somebody to go see in the hospital. So today
Okay.
might not be the day for the students. Today might not be. This is their first day. They might need to observe today.
Okay.
Okay? Because we got a lot of cases to get through today. All right.
Understood, Your Honor.
So I'm ready on Ross. Because I'm not waiting on the students. I'm not waiting on them to read their papers. I'm not waiting on them to chime in if they're going slow. I'm not doing that today.
Okay. Understood, Your Honor.
All right. Can Mr. Ross and Miss Catching start your cameras, please? And so am I to assume they're not in the same place or they are in the same place? Because if they are, they can't, the things are gonna echo.
Judge, they're not in the same place.
Okay, thank you. Okay, then I'm ready on Ross. This is case number this is case number 234553301, the people of the state of Michigan versus Stephen Patrick Ross. The defendant is charged with 1 count of assault or assault and battery. Today is the date set for a pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kushava Kirkland on behalf of Mr. Ross, P84015.
All right. Mr. Ross, can you unmute and state your name? And I'm probably need more information from you, Ms. Kirkland, with respect to Mr. Ross and Ms. Catchings, but Mr. Ross, state your name. Okay.
So, Your Honor, and Mr. Ross does have a legal guardian that's on his mother, Kimberly Catchings.
Ms. Catchings, unmute and state your name.
Kimberly Catching.
So can I get some more information about Mr. Ross and his legal guardian? Is Mr. Ross able to assist his attorney without the assistance of his legal guardian?
Your Honor, my understanding is that he cannot assist without his legal guardian. He is autistic. Has Asperger's. He also bipolar disorder.
Stay muted. Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. My understanding is that he cannot assist without the assistance of his guardian. He is autistic. He has Asperger's. He also lives with bipolar disorder as well as PTSD and ADHD.
Okay, I don't know how Ms. Ross got in the waiting room. Okay, I mean Ms. Catching. Okay, so with that being said, then the court is going to continue a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Ross, and I'm going to refer Mr. Ross to the Forensic Center for competency evaluation. Court is going to set a competency hearing for
date.
All right, so if they are still operating in the same way that they used to, which I believe they are, Mr. Flanagan, do you know if the Forensic Center still requires 8 weeks?
Let me check that, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so then the court is going to set the matter for Monday, March 18th at 9. Let's put it at 8:30, so I'll know if it was at a pretrial conference stage. So we're going to set the matter for competency. With respect to the competency, of course, I don't know who is going to be responsible. For Mr. Ross, it sounded to me like he was speaking to someone that was present in a room with him where he is, but also his guardian is present on the screen. Because Mr. Ross is not in custody, it is going to be his responsibility to get to the Forensic Center. That means someone is going to have to transport Mr. Ross to Ypsilanti to the Forensic Center so that he can be evaluated, and then we can have a report as to whether he's legally competent to stand trial. So I'm going to set that competency hearing for March 18th, and Mr. Flanagan, make sure to include the guardian information on the referral so that the Forensic Center is aware that Mr. Ross has a guardian, and perhaps they can, if they need to contact, they can contact the guardian. Anything further?
Oh, thank you, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, then we're all set for me until March 18th, but the Forensic Center will contact you regarding an appointment with the Forensic Center. Have a great day and stay safe. All right, I'm ready on. Was there another complaint? Oh, yes.
Judge,
Yes.
for that complaining witness on McQueen, Ms. Wimble is on her daughter's device, and she indicated her daughter has an appointment coming up. So her daughter may need her phone again. So I'm wondering if the court and Ms. Stevenson can acknowledge her presence and release her, because I don't think Mr. McQueen is here.
Well, first of all, they had the same name. I'm not, oh. Oh, child, I'm looking at the, don't, okay. So the answer is no, we're not acknowledging presence, but, well, we are in a sense, but, it's 9:40. So we will go ahead and release her, but, acknowledging presence. Okay. Okay, well, she's not even ready, Ms. Ritter. What do you want me to do? Ms. Wumble, please start your camera. Okay, I'm moving on. Are we ready on? Well, why y'all put that plus sign right there if she need an interpreter? Who did that? Okay, Mr. Flanagan, can you order an interpreter for Ms. Garcia?
Yes, Your Honor. Someone should be logging on shortly.
Okay, well, let's take this plus sign off of her neck. Who did that? Okay. All right. And we're gonna bring her back in. Okay, are we ready on May? We're ready on May.
Judge, I believe that is Miss Stevens' case. That's
Miss Kirkland, let me tell you all what I'm not gonna do. That right there. So whoever Miss Stevenson need to stay in here then. If you all have split the cases, so she need to get in here and stay in here because I'm ready on May.
okay.
And then Miss Grimaldi, what happened to your supervisor? Let's see.
I just messaged him to see where he went. So
On the record, probably. Well,
he said he was all done there. So I'm confused.
Oh,
I will find out.
Even though Miss Grimaldi, you do not need a supervisor. Let me just tell you that. Okay. But
well, thank you.
That's what the court rules say. That's what the court rules say. Okay.
Unfortunately, it'd be a lot easier if I didn't need one.
All right. Okay. Okay, then let's see while I wait on Mr. Hayes to come back so that I could be in compliance with court rule. Then I'm ready on Jermaine. Let's see. Jermaine is not in. Wait a minute. Okay. Then I'm ready on Anthony. Are we ready on Anthony?
Ready on Anthony.
All right, I'm gonna put Miss May back in the waiting room. I need Mr. Anthony to start his video.
Hello.
Good morning, Miss Vivian.
How you doing?
Sir, I said Miss Vivian. Is your name Miss Vivian? No, it is not. I need everyone to remain muted. Good morning, Miss Vivian.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here on Garcia Correa.
Yes, I'm going to bring Miss Garcia Correa back in, and then I'm going to send you both to breakout room number 6. And then the lawyer will be in shortly, Miss Vivian.
Okay, great. Thank you. I will explain that to her.
Okay. Okay, 6. All right. Okay, I'm ready on Anthony. This is case number 234539801. The people of the state of Michigan versus Rodney Anthony. The defendant is charged with 1 count of assault or assault and battery. Today is the date set for a pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
Christina Ritter on behalf of the people. I have a complainant witness present via Zoom this morning. Sir, unmute yourself and state your name for the court.
Unmute. Thank you.
State your name.
My name is Sunday Omayale.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kashava Kirkland on behalf of Mr. Anthony, PA 4015.
Ms. Kirkland, can you have your client state his name for the court?
Mr. Anthony, can you please state your name for the court?
How you doing? Rodney Anthony.
Thank you. Today is the date set for a pretrial conference. How are we proceeding?
Judge, we just request a final pretrial.
You're not requesting discovery, Ms. Kirkland?
Yes, Your Honor, we'd also request discovery. I believe we have some paper, so I'd request the remaining paper discovery and digital discovery.
Court is going to continue a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Anthony. Set the matter for final pretrial conference. Court will set a final pretrial conference. Ms. Vivian, did the lawyer come in there already?
Yes, and she said for us to come out and that we were gonna go on the record for something.
All right. I'll put you in the waiting room. Court sets a final pretrial conference. Ms. Ritter, did you already send discovery over?
I have not, Judge.
Okay, so the court sets a pretrial conference. For Monday, March 18th. Or final pretrial conference, I should say. At 9:00 a.m., discovery should be submitted. Are there any videos, Ms. Ritter?
Judge, I don't have the investigative report in front of me. However, if there are video, I will inquire with my OIC and get that over to Ms. Stevenson and or Ms. Kirkland.
All right, then the court will set the discovery date for February the 19th. I apologize, strike that. Let me just put it at least 30 days. February 22nd. Bond will continue with no contact with the complaining witness. Mr. Say your name for me again one more time, sir. Unmute.
Sunday Omayale.
Omayale, Mr. Omayale, you have appeared today, and therefore you're not required to appear on March 18th, but you may come if you want to. You can appear at all scheduled court appearances. However, you're not required to appear on March 18th. If you don't appear, then you should contact the prosecutor's office to find out the next court date and whether your appearance is required. All right, bond will continue for Mr. Anthony with no contact with the complaining witness. Anything further?
Oh, thank you, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Then we're all set. Gentlemen, have a great day. Stay safe.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Ms. Fanning, were you able to reach your client?
Your Honor, I was not able to call him because I am Zooming from my phone. I was going to ask the court, would you allow me to waive his appearance here today? Because this is the first time this matter is up and I don't have any discovery in this matter. So if I could waive his appearance and set it for another pretrial, that'd give me an opportunity to get the discovery, review it with him, and then perhaps come back.
The answer to your question is kind of no.
Okay.
But, well, let me see. There's an unidentified device. Let me just bring him in. But I'm not going to KPS him today because this is the first pretrial that's scheduled. So I will adjourn the pretrial conference. But if this is not him, I'll adjourn it because the court rule does require now for a second opportunity if the defendant has not KPS before. So I'm going to see who this is though. Can the person on the iPhone please unmute and tell me your name?
Alonzo Thomas. Hold on, I'm trying to take my screen off.
You can't. Just tell me your name. Alonzo Thomas. Is Mr. Thomas on my docket? Miss Ritter, is this your witness? Is Mr. Thomas on my docket? Hold on.
Yeah, he's the last
Oh,
one.
he's on the set. Yes, okay. All right. Okay, so Miss Fanning, let's get another date for your client. I'm going to put your client on the docket at 8:35. And if he doesn't come this second time, I'm going to KPS him. I was thinking Ms. Stevenson was going to change Mr. Thomas's name so I could send Mr. Thomas to a breakout room.
I will. I wasn't sure if Mr. Murray was coming in on it, but I will.
Didn't we have this conversation already, Ms. Stevenson?
Yes, Judge.
Oh, okay. So then you can ask Mr. Thomas, and then if he says that, then you're not on. But okay. All right. Oh, never mind. Mr. Flanagan said Mr. Murray will be zooming in. All right. So I'll put it back in the waiting room. Okay. Ms. Fanning, I'm going to give your client February the 26th. Is that a good day for you?
I will make it work, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
All right. I'll put him on the dock for 8:35, and then if he doesn't appear, then I'm going to KPS him, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day. Stay safe. All right. I'm now ready on May. Ms. Grimaldi, your supervisor has appeared. So I'm ready on May. I think. Is Ms. Grimaldi there?
I'm here, Your Honor, but it
I'm
says that
sorry, Your Honor.
I can't take my video.
Am I able to leave?
Yes, ma'am, Miss Fanning, you're able to leave. And Miss Grimaldi, I forgot, I took off the video for that unidentified device. All right. Now I'm ready on May, and then I'm ready on Garcia Correra. And all right, that's as far as I'm gonna go. All right, these are case numbers 23443-4701, 23443-650. Is Miss May in the bed? Can somebody help me with this? Okay. Okay. And 23450-200. Miss May has something else going on in her home at this moment. So we're going to pass the case until she's able to attend court. So I need everybody to attend court. I need your undivided attention. I need your undivided attention. All right, last case number 23450-2001. In each case, the defendant is charged with one count of gambling, disassociated person. Today is the date set for a pretrial conference as to each matter. Appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alexandra Grimaldi on behalf of the people requesting permission to practice under Michigan Court Rule 8.120. I am a 3L at Wayne State University in good standing, and I am being supervised here today by Assistant Attorney General Robert Hayes.
Good morning, and yes, permission is granted.
Thank you.
For the record, Your Honor, Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Ms. Tori May. Ms. May, ma'am, please tell the judge your full name.
Tori Nicole May.
Today is the date set for a pretrial conference as to each matter. Ms. Stevenson, how are we proceeding?
Continue to plead not guilty, Your Honor, as the matters all be set for final pretrial conference, and we would request discovery.
The court is going to continue a not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. May. I will set these matters for final pretrial conference March 18th, 2024 at 9:00 a.m. Oh, this is a good time to start my policy. This is a good time to start my policy of the second hearing being in person. Because let me tell you a couple of things that's going on right now. Ms. May is on the bed, and something else is going on in her house that's causing her not to be able to, that was causing her not to be able to fully pay attention to her case that is being held, a case that is punishable by up to 1 year in the Wayne County Jail. And it is important for her to listen, pay attention, and hear. So we're actually going to come in person on March the 18th at 9:02 for the final pretrial conference. Discovery should be submitted by February the 22nd. So bond will continue with no contact with any Michigan casino, March 18th at 9:02. That is in person. Anything further?
Nothing for the people, Your Honor.
Nothing on behalf of Ms. May. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, then we're all set until March the 18th. Have a great day and stay safe. I'm ready on Southern. This is case number 234559001, the People versus Eugene Lewis Southern. Defendant is charged with 1 count of retail fraud. Today is the date set for pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people, a representative on behalf of marshals did appear and was acknowledged this morning.
Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Mr. Eugene Southern. Good morning again, Mr. Southern. Sir, please say your full name.
Oh, he's muted. Are you Eugene Southern? No, just are you? Yes, shaking his head up and down. Okay. So today is the day set for pretrial with respect to this case, but Mr. Southern also has a pretrial scheduled tomorrow for 4 other cases where we were going to see if there was a universal resolution. Can we just adjourn this to tomorrow?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Your Honor, I would ask for an adjournment based upon a further adjournment based upon a communication I got from the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office that the resolution has not been finally worked out.
Ms. Stevenson, I'm adjourning it till tomorrow, and then he's coming tomorrow. So we'll address it tomorrow with the 4 other cases.
Okay. No objection, Your Honor.
All right, then we're all set until tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Mr. Southern. Have a great day. Stay safe. We're going to work it out. And let me say this to you. When we come tomorrow, because I already said this, when we come tomorrow, I don't care what the prosecutor's office has done. We're going to trial Thursday on the other 4 cases. I already said I'm not going to keep adjourning the cases on my docket, because when the Supreme Court look at me and my time guidelines, they're not going to look at me as it relates to the circuit court. They're going to look at me as it relates to me. So I don't know what's going on with his felony cases, but we're going to trial on 4 misdemeanor cases on Thursday. And then this case, we'll see. So you all can work it out between today and tomorrow, but his other 4 cases going to trial. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Mr. Southern, have a great day. Stay safe.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Judge,
Yes.
May I be placed in breakout room with Mr. Dudley and Mr. Porter? They're both in the
ma'am.
waiting room.
Ma'am, no, hold on, no. Okay, I'm ready on Garcia. Oops, I didn't mean to bring in Thomas. I'm going to send Jones to a breakout room. Mr. Flanagan, this says, wait, what happened to it? That said, C Jones, can you help me? Because I see a T Jones on my docket.
Yes, Your Honor. That is Cleophas Jones. It's a tether violator.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Ms. Vivian, unmute yourself, state your name, and raise your right hand for me.
My first name's Antonia, Antonia. My last name, Ian.
Can you first ask Ms. Garcia to please stay muted?
Señorita García, se tiene que mantener en silencio.
All right. Ms. Vivian, do you swear or affirm that you will translate from English into Spanish anything I say, counsel says, or the clerk says, and from Spanish into English anything Ms. Garcia Correra says to the best of your ability?
I do.
Thank you. Okay, this is case number 234575001, the People versus Erica Garcia Correra. She does have a middle name that starts with N.A., and the defendant is charged with 1 count of assault or assault and battery.
Este es el caso 23-045-75001. Las personas en contra de Erica García Correa. Tiene un medio nombre que empieza con la N.A.
Oh, did you already say she's charged with assault or assault and battery?
Oh, I'm sorry. The interpreter apologizes.
Okay.
El cargo en contra la acusada es asalto y asalto con lesiones.
Look, I don't know much Spanish, but I just listen for some buzz things. And then today is a day set for an arraignment.
Hoy es la fecha para la lectura de cargos.
Appearances, please.
Introducciones, por favor.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Christina Ritter, su señoría, representando las personas.
For the record, Your Honor, Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Erica Garcia Correa. Ms. Garcia Correa, please tell the judge your full name.
Y por la acta, soy Janice Stevenson representando a la señorita García Correa. Señorita García Correa, diga su nombre por la acta. Estás en silencio.
Mi nombre es Erika Natalia García Correa.
My name is Erika Natalia García Correa.
All right, today is a day set for pretrial conference. Ms. Stevenson, how are we proceeding?
Y hoy es la fecha para la conferencia de prejuicio. Señorita Stevenson, ¿cómo vamos a proceder?
Ms. Garcia will stand mute. We will do the reading of the information and ask that a plea of not guilty be entered on her behalf.
La señorita García se va a mantener en silencio y vamos a entregar una declaración de ser sin culpa para ella.
The court enters a not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Garcia Correra and sets the matter for a pretrial conference.
El corte va a entregar una declaración de ser no culpable para la señorita García y vamos a mover adelante para una conferencia de prejuicio.
Court sets a pretrial conference for February the 23rd at 8:25.
Vamos a poner en la agenda la conferencia de prejuicio para el 23 de febrero a las 8:25.
As to bond,
Y para la fianza,
Your Honor, Ms. Garcia Correa intends to continue to have no contact with the complaining witness. She has presented herself for arraignment. We would ask that she be released on personal bond.
Su señoría, la señorita García todavía continúa de no tener contacto con la demandante o demandante y ella se presentó hoy y queremos una fianza personal.
Ms. Ritter.
Señorita Ritter.
Judge, if people have no objection to a personal bond, we're asking for a no contact order for the complainant witness, Ms. Guadalupe Martinez.
Las personas no están en contra de una fianza personal y queremos continuar el orden de no contacto con la señorita Martínez.
Court says bond in the amount of $1,000 personal bond, no contact with the complaining witness.
Y la corte pone una fianza personal de $1,000 y la demandada no puede tener ningún contacto con la testiga demandante.
Anything further?
¿Hay algo más?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
No, gracias, su señoría.
All right, then.
Nothing for the record. Could Ms. Garcia Correa be returned to break out briefly?
No hay nada más por la acta, pero podemos regresar a la sala privada para un ratito.
Yes, do you need the interpreter?
I do not.
La intérprete.
Okay, so I'll just send the defendant to breakout room number 7.
Entonces la acusada va a andar a la sala número 7.
Miss Vivian, you're all set to
Okay.
go.
All right.
Have a good day. Stay safe.
Thank you. Have a good day, Your Honor. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. I don't see anyone sitting on my front row. Where's Mr. Sullivan? Miss Sullivan. Oh,
She's in the hallway.
she got
That's the
on.
one that was it.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'm ready on Ross. And what are we doing about Sut? Oh, I don't see Ross.
Did that, didn't we?
Oh, we did. Yes, I didn't cross it off. Okay. So what are we doing about Southern, who's not Sullivan, Brown?
I'm gonna ask for a final pretrial conference and discovery.
No, you jumped way ahead. What are we doing about the fact that she's not properly addressed to come into the courtroom?
I'm gonna ask her to come in here with me, if that's okay with the court.
Oh, as long as I can't see her ripped up jeans.
Okay.
So you can go off camera. I'm ready on, well, let's do Smith first and then Sullivan.
Okay.
All right, this is case number 146377701, the people of the state of Michigan versus Tanya Chantel Smith. Defendant is charged with 1 count of unemployment compensation, fraud or false unemployment compensation. And today is the date set for a pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
Alexandra Grimaldi for the people, Your Honor.
Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Ms. Tanya Smith. Ms. Smith, ma'am, please say your full name.
Tanya Chantel Smith Parker.
Thank you. I suppose, Ms. Projeski, I don't know that if it's ever come up. However, for some reason, I just thought about it so that if you ever have to transcribe a record where the student has placed their appearance on the record without the request for permission, well, maybe I'll say on the record, permission was previously granted. So, because you would have to put the permission being granted in the transcript, but it had been granted before. But for some reason, I just thought about that. I've been doing this for years. So I don't know if any transcripts were ever requested, and the Court of Appeals never said, what the person.
I've never had to do a transcript yet of that.
Right. So just in case, that's how we'll do it. But I'll say permission previously granted. Okay. All right. So today is the day set for pretrial conference as it relates to Ms. Smith. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, Ms. Smith will continue her plea of not guilty. We're asking, Your Honor, that this matter be set for a final pretrial conference, and we would request discovery.
Court will continue a not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Smith, set the matter for final pretrial conference, March 18th. How many do I now have on March 18th, Mr. Flanagan?
$12.
Thank you. March 18th at 9 a.m. Discovery should be submitted by the defense by February the 22nd. Bond will continue. Anything further?
Is this one following the in-person requirement that you've applied for the previous case, or?
No, she's been sitting so nice and upright and ready to attend court. I am confident that when Ms. Smith comes back, she is going to be stationary, seated in an upright position, and ready to attend court. So no, she does not have to come in person.
Okay, perfect. Just wanted to make sure. Nothing more for the people.
On behalf of Ms. Smith, thank you very much,
Ms.
Your Honor.
Smith
Thank
is like,
you, Ms.
thank
Smith.
goodness. It's cold outside. Thank goodness. Okay. Then we're all set, ma'am. Have a great day. Stay safe.
Your Honor, before the next one starts, if I could ask a question really quick.
Yes, ma'am.
For the previous one that you said we had to come in person for, do we have to show up in person for that one as well, or is it just the defense?
The defense.
Okay, but I just wanted to make sure for my notes when I send them up. So thank you.
Just the defense and me. I do intend to try to be in person, but yes.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Ms. Stevenson, let's go ahead and get Ms. Grimaldi and Mr. Hayes on their way. So I'm ready on Sullivan Brown.
Okay.
And while you're getting Ms. Sullivan Brown situated, so I'm not seeing her ripped up jeans, I'm gonna go ahead and let these other 3 people in.
Okay. And
right.
Judge, while I'm doing that, I'm gonna just, if it's okay with the court, simultaneously just get that brief bit of information from Ms. Garcia Correa so she can get out of your breakout room.
I guess so. I mean, you let the interpreter go. The students could have got that information, but go ahead. Mr. Thomas, good morning. I'm going to send you to a breakout room, sir. Please accept to join the breakout room and wait for the lawyers to come in to speak with you. Do not leave the breakout room until you have spoken with a lawyer.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Dudley, good morning, sir. Can you unmute and tell the court what time you thought you were supposed to be in court today? Mr. Dudley, unmute.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Dudley. What time did you think you were supposed to be in court today?
Like 9, maybe. I didn't have a time.
Wow. So when you got arraigned by the magistrate, it is your position that the magistrate did not tell you what time to come to court.
Yeah, I just got my paperwork when I left, and
No, listen to my question. When you were arraigned by the magistrate, it's your position that the magistrate didn't tell you what time to come to court.
I guess I didn't have a time.
No, they did. They did tell you. They did tell you. And then your paperwork that you say you got that didn't have a time on it,
right,
it absolutely has a time on it. So you probably could go back and look at that time, but here's the situation, Mr. Dudley. Court has a full docket today. You were scheduled at 8:30. You've decided to come at 10 something. So we may or may not get with you. We may or may not get to you today. And in the future, it's your responsibility to make sure that you know where you're supposed to be and what time you're supposed to be there. So I'm going to send you to a breakout room. The lawyers are going to come in to speak with you. However, Mr. Dudley, please understand that I may or may not get to you today. Okay?
Understandable.
All right. Please accept to join breakout room number 6, and the lawyers will be in to speak with you. Do not leave the breakout room until the lawyers have come in to speak with you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Ma'am, can you remove the scarf from your hair? Can you remove your scarf? And then I'm going to send you to a breakout room. Please accept to join the breakout room and wait for the lawyers to come in to speak with you. Do not leave the breakout room until you have spoken with the lawyers. Do not leave the breakout room until you have spoken with the lawyers. Please accept to join breakout room number 10. Can the person on the iPhone that I just let into the courtroom please unmute and state your name for the court?
Yes, good morning. My name is Nikisha Smith.
Ms. Smith, what time did you? Oh, you just 17 minutes late. You are late. I thought you were up earlier. Okay,
No,
Miss.
I've been on here.
No. Okay. Ms. Smith, I'm going to send you to a breakout room. Please accept to join the breakout room and wait for the lawyers to come in to speak with you. Do not leave the breakout room until you have spoken with a lawyer.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I'm not sure why Ms. Porter didn't stay in there, but I'm ready on Sullivan. All right, this is case number Sullivan Brown, I should say. This is case number 146377801, the people of the state of Michigan versus Siobhan Sullivan Brown. The defendant is charged with 1 count of false unemployment compensation. Today is a date set for a pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alexandra Grimaldi on behalf of the people.
For the record, Your Honor, Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Ms. Siobhan Sullivan Brown. Ma'am, please say your full name.
Renee Sullivan.
I'm just trying to wonder, like, really, what, okay. Okay. Today's the day set for pretrial conference. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, on behalf of Ms. Sullivan Brown, we continue the plea of not guilty. We request that the matter be set for final pretrial conference, and we request discovery.
The court will continue a not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Sullivan Brown, state, oops. Set the matter for a final pretrial conference, March 18th, 2024 at 9:00 a.m. Discovery should be submitted by February 22nd, 2024. Bond will continue. Anything further?
Not from the people, Your Honor.
Nothing on behalf of Ms. Sullivan Brown. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome, and you're all set, ma'am. Have a great day and stay safe.
You too.
All right, Ms. Grimaldi and Mr. Hayes, have a great day and stay safe.
Thank you, Your Honor. You too.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you. I'm ready on Jermaine. Mr. Flanagan, did you send me this register?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, Jermaine is not ready for us. I'm ready on Benson.
I'm ready, Your Honor.
This is Benson, case number 204481601, the people of the state of Michigan versus Melvin Lawrence Benson. The defendant is charged with 1 count of disorderly person. Today is the date set for a pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Mr. Melvin Benson. Mr. Benson, sir, please tell the judge your full name.
Unmute, Mr. Benson.
Melvin Lawrence Benson.
Thank you. Today is the date set for a pretrial conference. How are we proceeding?
Thank you, Your Honor. On behalf of Mr. Benson, we would continue the plea of not guilty. We would ask that this matter be set for a final pretrial conference. If the people have not already tendered discovery, we'd request discovery at this time, Your Honor.
All right, the court is going to continue a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Benson. Set the matter for final pretrial conference. Ms. Ritter, have the people already tendered discovery?
Your Honor, no, it doesn't look like we tendered discovery.
Court is going to set a final pretrial conference for April the 8th at 9:00 a.m. Discovery should be submitted by March 8th. Bond will continue with no, oh, strike that. Bond will continue. Anything further?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Nothing on behalf of Mr. Benson. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, then, Mr. Benson, you're all set until April 8th at 9:00 on Zoom or in person. Have a great day and stay safe.
You too. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, I'm ready on Jermaine. This is case number SX 8610102. The people versus Joseph Barry Jermaine. Defendant is charged with 1 count of operating while intoxicated. Today is the date set for an arraignment on a bench warrant. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Janice Stevenson, on behalf of Mr. Joseph Germain. Mr. Germain, sir, please unmute and say your full name.
Please unmute and state your full name. I just literally don't know why you need assistance. I mean, I literally don't know why you need assistance. Unmute and state your name.
Joseph Barry Germain.
Today is the date set for an arraignment on a bench warrant. Let's see. Mr. Germain Capiist at Capiist several times. Several times. The last Capiist was at a pre-trial conference. Ms. Stevenson, how are we proceeding?
With regard to the arraignment, Your Honor, Mr. Germain will stand mute. He waives the reading of the information. Asked that a plea of not guilty be entered on his behalf, and we would ask that pre-trial conference be rescheduled, Your Honor.
For the which, how many times? How many times?
I think this would be the last time we're going to need a pre-trial, Your Honor.
Is it going to be? Okay. I hope so. But I can tell you this, if it's not, it's going to be the last one that he has outside in the free world.
Understood, Your Honor.
Court is going to enter a not guilty plea as to the arraignment on the bench warrant, set the matter for pretrial conference. Court will set a pretrial conference for Monday, March 4th. At 8:34. Failure to appear will result in bond being revoked and bond being set in the amount of $5,000 cash surety, plus a GPS and alcohol tether. If discovery hasn't already previously been submitted, if Ms. Ritter, if you can submit it by that date, that would be fine. If not, then we'll handle it at that time.
Understood, Judge. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything further?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Nothing on behalf of Mr. Germain. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, then we're all set. Sir, have a great day and stay safe.
You too, ma'am.
Thank you. Ready on Fletcher.
Ready on Fletcher.
This is case number 234519201, the People versus Brittany Fletcher. The defendant is charged with 1 count of assault or assault and battery. Today is the date set for a final pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Janice Stevenson, appearing on behalf of Ms. Brittany Fletcher. Ms. Fletcher, ma'am, please unmute and say your full name.
Brittany Fletcher.
Today is the date set for final pretrial conference. How are we proceeding?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Fletcher continues her plea of not guilty. Your Honor, we would ask that this matter be scheduled for jury trial.
Court continues the not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Fletcher. Set the matter for jury trial. Monday, August the 12th. with the final pretrial conference of June. Strike that. Final pretrial conference, July 1st.
Excuse me.
Bond will continue anything further.
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Nothing on behalf of Ms. Fletcher. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, then we're all set until July 1st. Oh, I'm sorry, the final pretrial conference is at 9:10. Have a great day and stay safe. I'm ready on Anderson. Okay, I gotta pull up Miller. I'm sorry, I haven't. Let me just pull up Miller. Oops. All right, this is case number 184573601, the People versus Shante Anderson. Defendant is charged with 4 counts of child abuse, 4th degree. Today is the day set for final pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Ms. Shante Anderson. Ms. Anderson, ma'am, please unmute and say your full name.
Good morning, Shante Anderson.
Today is the day set for final pretrial conference. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, Ms. Anderson continues her plea of not guilty. We have a jury trial date set for July 29th, Your Honor, but Ms. Anderson wishes to waive her rights incident to trial and asks that the matter be heard by this court.
Court continues a not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Anderson, and I will continue the matter to trial. With respect to the trial, Ms. Anderson, your lawyer has indicated by her words that you wish to waive your right to a jury trial and have the matter heard by me. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, it is.
Do you understand that if I accept a waiver from you today, that you will not have a jury to hear your case, that I will be the only decision maker?
Yes, I do.
Has anyone threatened you in any way or promised you anything that was not placed on the record to get you to give up your right to a jury trial and have this case heard by me?
No.
Any objection from the people?
Objection, Your Honor.
Having no objection from the people, finding that the waiver has been made freely, knowingly, and voluntarily, the court accepts the waiver. I will remove the jury trial scheduled for July the 29th and set the matter for a waiver trial Thursday, August the 8th at 10:30. Is there any need for another final pretrial conference? Is there an offer from the people?
I don't believe the offer has been tendered yet.
Is there any offer to be tendered?
There is, Your Honor.
How we get to the final pretrial conference with no offer tendered? Because it was all you thought I was only going to accept plead as charged?
No, Judge. It must have slipped through the cracks. If I can, Judge, I can state the offer on the record for Ms. Stevenson.
You can, please.
The offer would be to dismiss count 1 and 2 in exchange for a plea to count 3 and 4.
All right. So with respect to that offer, well, now that there is an offer, but the court is going to set a final pretrial conference for, let's set a pretrial conference for July 1st. At 9:10. Unless you want an earlier, I could potentially give you an earlier one if you want.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
All right, so final pretrial conference, July 1st with a with a bench trial, August 8th. At 10:30. Unless there's something else for the record, we're all set. Have a great
Nothing on
day.
behalf of Ms. Anderson. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, ma'am, have a great day and stay safe.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. All right, I'm ready on Knighton. This is case number 225982601, the People versus Sierra Knighton. Defendant is charged with 1 count of assault or assault and battery. Today is the date set for final pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Ms. Sierra Knighton. Ms. Knighton, ma'am, please unmute and say your full name.
Sierra Knighton.
Can Mr. Flanagan, I'm sorry, can you call, can you call Judge Holmes' courtroom and ask the case manager that was assigned to Mr. Thomas to please log on?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'm sorry, Mr. Murray, I forgot to do that. I'll be ready for you in a minute.
No worries. Thank you.
All right. With respect to Ms. Knighton, today is the date set for final pretrial conference. How are we proceeding?
On behalf of Ms. Knighton, Your Honor, we would move for dismissal for the complainant's failure to appear.
Ms. Ritter?
Your Honor, so there was a jury trial scheduled for, well, there is a jury trial scheduled for May 14, 2024 at 10:30, and the court set this final pretrial conference and required the complaining witness to appear at the final pretrial conference. I don't see the complaining witness, Ms. Lenautica Britton, in the waiting room, and the people don't have an explanation as to why she's not present. So at this time, Your Honor, the people will not be able to proceed to that jury trial on May 14th, based on the complaining witness's failure to appear for today's final pretrial conference as it was required by the court.
Today is the date set for final pretrial conference. The complaining witness was required to appear. They have failed to appear. The people have no explanation for the failure. They are unable to proceed to the jury trial. The court is going to grant defense counsel's motion. The matter is dismissed without prejudice. Ma'am, we will mail you a copy of the order of dismissal for your records. Have a great day and stay safe.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Ms. Stevenson, I'm sure that you all have Ms. Porter's phone number because this is a final pretrial conference. She clearly is somewhere that she is going. She's on the bus. She's in a thing. I'm not.
She doesn't have a working phone, Judge.
Okay, well then I don't know what to tell you because I'm not. Okay, I'm ready on McCutcheon. This is case number 234476101, the People versus Bianca. The middle name may be cut off, but it says Sherry. McCutcheon, the defendant is charged with one count of assault or assault and battery. Today is the date set for final pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Riddle on behalf of the people.
Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Ms. Bianca McCutcheon. Ms. McCutcheon, ma'am, please say your full name.
Bianca McCutcheon.
Today is the day. What's your middle name, please? I'm sorry.
Bianca Cherie McCutcheon.
Thank you. Today is the day set for final pretrial conference. How are we proceeding?
On behalf.
Oh, please, Ms. McCutcheon. Certainly, I'm talking to the lawyer. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Your Honor. On behalf of Ms. McCutcheon, matter scheduled for jury trial March 19th. Ms. McCutcheon continues her plea of not guilty and asks that this matter be heard by this court at waiver trial.
I don't mind doing the waivers, but in a minute I'm going to start declining to entertain the waiver, because you all are clogging up my jury trial dates, and then we get close to the jury trial, and then we switch over to the waiver, and then there are people who are waiting on their jury trials, and the jury trials are scheduled so far out because these cases have been on the docket. So at that final pretrial conference, it's probably a better place to decide if we want a waiver trial before I set it for a jury trial. Because in a minute, I'm probably going to stop accepting the waivers. I don't even know if I could do that, but I think I can, and I feel like I can. The other thing is, whoever talked to Ms. McCutcheon in the breakout room, y'all felt like y'all could see Ms. McCutcheon, because I can't. And she's supposed to face the sun so that the sun could hit the thing so we could see her face. So like I really can't make out her face, but I'm going to try, and I am going to go ahead and do this waiver. But I don't want to see my dates with 5 jury trials on them, and then 5 jury trials go away, and then people are waiting for their jury trial, and it's way out there because we thought we had 5 jury trials. So I want us to try to do this part right here more at the final pretrial conference. I would rather that my bench trials be, more than the jury trials. Okay. So with respect to the trial, the court continues a not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. McCutcheon, and then Ms. McCutcheon, your lawyer has now indicated that you want to give up your right to a jury trial and have the case heard by me. Is that what you want to do?
I think I'd rather have a jury instead. So,
all right, so the court is going to continue the not guilty plea. I'm going to continue the matter to the jury trial that is currently scheduled for, what day is her jury trial scheduled for?
March 19, Your Honor.
All right, the court is going to continue the matter to the jury trial scheduled for March the 19th. Let's see if she's the first in priority. Oh, I'm in February. What's today's date? January
1/22.
What happened to Mr. Brake, Mr. Willie Brake, Mr. Flanagan? What happened to Mr. Willie Brake? He was the first in priority.
He's still on the docket, Your Honor. Final pretrial for March 15th at 9:10.
Oh, they must be trying to entertain an offer. See, that's why I'm gonna stop doing this.
He
Okay,
was here on January 16th.
right. That I don't even know who I just let in the breakout. I mean, in the waiting room that just came out, but that camera angle is horrible. All right. Well, then I'm gonna continue. Ms. McCutcheon, not guilty. Please continue her to a final pretrial conference March 15th. At 9:10, so we can see which one of the cases is going to go. Her case is the second in priority. And then I also have Mr. Okoro, who's the third now in priority. Okay. So the court will continue to the March 15th date. Anything further?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Nothing on behalf of Ms. McCutcheon. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, then we're all set until March 15th at 9:10. Have a great day and stay safe. Do we know who's logging in from specialty court so they could tell me why Mr. Thomas was removed?
No, Your Honor, not yet.
Your Honor,
I did.
Mr. Murray, go ahead.
No, I'll let the clerk finish. Go ahead.
Oh, Your Honor, I was just gonna say, I called down to Judge Holmes' courtroom. I didn't get an answer, so I called specialty court, and they're gonna find out who's on the case, and they're gonna log in.
There's nobody on the case. They had to find out who used to be on the case.
So what I think happened in this matter is Mr. Thomas was never in specialty court. He has violation in this matter, and we have other matters that he had going on in Sterling Heights and Clinton Township. We had a discussion previously that if he was admitted into 36 districts sobriety court, that we could work out possibly avoiding jail time for his violation in this matter. He was placed on probation in 2021, I believe, scheduled for discharge in 2022, and then that's where the problems began. So for the last 2 years now, Mr. Thomas has experienced difficulties successfully completing his probation. So I had fruitful discussions with probation officer Brian Griffin. Mr. Thomas is eligible for sobriety court, but because we're a post-sentencing court, he wanted Mr. Thomas to first get sentenced in his Sterling Heights matter, which is he has a PSI evaluation date for the 26th of January. Once he's sentenced, then 36th District was going to take over supervision for that matter. And then we were going
to be sentenced to sobriety court. You know that for sure, or you don't?
No, correct. I had a conversation with the prosecutor and the judge before at his plea date, and they were fine with him being supervised by 36th District. We just had to get him sentenced first.
Okay. When is his sentencing date?
That I had to adjourn it because we had some issues with his interview. So my guess would be the first or second week of February. And when I checked the ROA, they don't have a sentencing date yet. They just had his PSI date for January 26th.
Problem is with this, so let me just see. Oops. So with me, counsel, did he KPS after? So he was supposed to be discharged in 2021, was it?
22, February 24th.
Wait, so he was sentenced in, wait a minute. He was sentenced in, oh yeah, February, okay. He was sentenced in February the 21. He was sentenced in 21, okay. And so February 22, that would have been a year, but he looked like he KPS'd or something. I would have said review, so he never, okay, so it seems like we do have time. All right. Okay, so this is case number 205547301, the people versus Alonzo William Thomas. Defendant is charged with attempted police officer assaulting, resisting, obstructing. Today is the date set for review. Mr. Murray, your appearance, please.
Good morning, Attorney James Murray, PA 5490, appearing on behalf of Mr. Thomas, who's present via Zoom. Please state your name for the record, sir.
Unmute, Mr. Thomas, unmute.
Sorry about that. Alonzo William Thomas.
All right, so we've had a discussion off the record. I'm going to adjourn his review. Adjourned for sentencing, so that he can be sentenced in the other matter. And then the only way that he can participate in drug court in this matter, so that we're clear, is if he's sentenced to drug court in the other matters, because he doesn't have 14 months left on this case.
Correct.
Okay, so we'll adjourn for sentencing. And you said Sterling Heights?
Correct. And his sentencing date, Mr. Thomas just informed me, is February 20th. So a day after that will work.
Okay, so then let's see what my schedule is like. Okay, so I can put him on my docket for February the 21st. And then when he comes to me, we'll see what day Judge Holmes gives him. So then I'll officially send him over there if he's, in drug court on the other cases, okay?
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you, Honor.
All right. All right, then we're all set.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Have a great day. Stay safe.
Same to you. Great day to you. Bye-bye.
All right. Give me one moment. And then we can run through these next ones. Somebody better go get Miss Stevenson or Miss, because I'm ready and I'm ready. And I can't even imagine. Miss Ritter, I'm ready. Are you there?
Here, Judge.
All right. This is Oh, wait, who did I bring? Oh, I don't even have everybody highlighted. Hold on. Okay. Oh, here it is right here. Whoops. Oh, here it is. All right, this is case number 184618101. People of the state of Michigan versus Nakisha Smith. Defendant is charged with operating while intoxicated and driving while license suspended, revoked, denied. Today is the date set for review. Ms. Stevenson.
Janice Stevenson, appearing on behalf of Nakisha Smith. Ms. Smith, ma'am, please, good morning. Please tell the judge your full name.
Yes, good morning. My name is Nakisha Smith.
Today is the date set for review. According to probation, Ms. Smith has a balance of $760 and she's completed the other terms and conditions of her probation. She was placed on probation for 18 months, January 9th, 2023. Ms. Stevenson.
And so, Your Honor, we're asking the court to give Ms. Smith an opportunity to make sure that that payment is made.
Okay, okay, well, we'll continue her to the final review.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Flanagan, what date is she on for?
There's not one in the system.
It should be. I sent her to 18 months probation. Well, January the 9th, so she should have been, this is 12 months. So give me a July date, please. July. She should be in the system for maybe July the, let's put her on for July 2nd.
Okay.
At 1:30. Anything further?
Nothing at this time, Your Honor.
To say,
I'm sorry?
I have something to say.
What could you possibly have to say?
Never mind. Okay.
What could you have to say, ma'am?
Last time you put me on, I'm dropping once a week instead of twice a month. It's kind of costly. Can I go back to twice a month? All my screens are negative.
All right, the court will reduce the testing back down to twice a month.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. All right, you're all set, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Flanagan, never mind, let me check first. I'm ready on Miller.
Ready on Miller, Your Honor.
This is case number 214492901, the people versus Anita Miller. Defendant is charged with assault or assault and battery. Today is the date set for sentencing. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Janice Stevenson, appearing on behalf of Ms. Anita Miller. Ms. Miller, ma'am, please tell the judge your full name.
Anita Jazine Miller.
Today is the date set for sentencing. Court has had an opportunity to review the pre-sentence report. With respect to the report, are there any additions, deletions, or corrections on behalf of the people?
Your Honor, with respect to the pre-sentence report, I don't see any additions, deletions, or corrections on behalf of the people.
On behalf of the defense.
On behalf of Ms. Miller, Your Honor, we have had the opportunity to review the pre-sentence investigation report. We do have a correction to the address, which I'll provide to Mr. Clerk. They have it incorrect on the face sheet, but they do have it correct in the body of the report, Your Honor, and the current resident section. So I'll update that with Mr. Flanagan. Also, on page 5, Your Honor, in the family history section, where it's indicated that Ms. Miller does have one dependent. She does have a 43-year-old son, but he's not her dependent, Your Honor. One second, Judge. Other than that, Your Honor, I mean, on page 7, that last sentence is she claims maturity, and I think they meant to say maternity. Other than that, we have no additions, deletions, or corrections, and Ms. Miller does stand ready for sentencing.
On behalf of the people.
Judge, with respect to sentencing, there was a plea agreement, and I'm sorry, Judge, I should have made this part of my additions, deletions, or corrections. And Ms. Stevenson, correct me if I'm wrong, but the plea agreement was done in my absence, Your Honor, and it says that there was a $500 mandatory forfeiture of weapon or device. I don't think that would have necessarily applied to this case. I don't even know what that means.
I don't either.
But with respect to the term of probation, Judge, the probation department recommended 15-month probation. I'll leave it in the court's discretion as to the probation, Judge. I think the main concern for the people was the anger management classes, and it looks like it was 15 weeks recommended, and I'm asking the court to adopt the 15 weeks of anger management classes.
All right.
Nothing further from the people, Judge. Thank you.
Anything on behalf of the defense? Oh, Ms. Ritter, I'm sorry. Well, I did have a question for the people with respect to the 771. Was there any objection to it? I don't see it as a part of the plea agreement.
I don't see it as part of the plea agreement either, Your Honor, but looking at the prior criminal history, Judge, I will have no objection. I will leave it in the court's discretion as to delay sentence in this matter.
All right. Ms. Stevenson.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would just say with regard to the so this is a really ridiculous kind of situation, and Ms. Miller is acknowledging that completely.
Completely.
And she knows that better than I do, better than than anybody, that it was just a situation that just got out of hand and should not have. Ms. Miller is an adult. She has some significant life history problems, and this case has cost her so much. I think it actually ended up costing her housing, if I read the report correctly. She's not super healthy at this time, Your Honor. That the cancer diagnosis, that's under control at this time, but now she's had something else popped up, and Ms. Miller is pretty much fighting for her life and doesn't have the time or the energy or the interest in fighting the nail tech or anybody else. So I believe that she's gonna lean into what we hope would be a probation. And just wants to put this behind her, Judge. She is very remorseful, embarrassed, and just wants to move it forward. I would ask the court to take into consideration, if the court's going to sentence her to probation, which we hope you will, any costs and fines that would be ordered. Unfortunately, Ms. Miller didn't get to have her case defended by the late, great Antonio Tuttles because he passed away, but she paid him and hasn't gotten that money back yet, and she's struggling financially at this point. Right. So I'm asking the court to take that into consideration when it sets the costs and fines. And that's all we have right now, Judge.
All right. Would Ms. Miller like to make a statement on her own behalf?
Yes, ma'am. I just wanted to apologize to the Miss Lisa, who I go by. I was going through a rough time. I had no business putting my hands on her in any type of way. That is not. I've grown so much from those things, and it was just so much going on in my life, and I reacted the wrong way, and I'm solely sorry for that. And I hope that she would accept my apology, and one day that we can be friends again, because we were good friends.
Y'all was good friends before you hit her in the nail salon?
Yes, ma'am. I've been going to her for years. She was over on 7 Mile and Schaefer at another. She had her own place, and I used to go to her like every week. And so she's a very nice person, a very sweet person, and I was just caught up in the moment. And I haven't been able to apologize to her because I'm not able to go there and contact her. But in the future, I would like to regain our friendship, and hopefully she will accept my apology and we'll remain friends or start over again.
Okay. All right. So the court is ready to impose sentence. I do so in the following manner. I mean, Ms. Miller, I don't know what you were going through. And a lot of times when I'm going through stuff, I literally try to stay home. I don't know. That's like some weird, sometimes you just have to stay home because you don't know what's gonna happen when you encounter people, and just sometimes it just be a lot. Life is heavy sometimes, and that's how we have to, and that's why I tell people too. Everybody need to like check in mentally with themselves, with the therapist, with their friends, to see how you're doing, gauge yourself, because this kind of stuff can happen when you going through, you overreact, you know, I was just talking about this yesterday at church, after church with some ladies, about how you never know what's going to, you know, like kind of how you're going to really react in certain situations. And when life is heavy, and we're going through things, sometimes we just have to stay home and be by ourselves so that we don't encounter people, because on a good day, the people, you know, can try you and test you. And then on your bad day, they definitely can try you and test you. And now you ended up in this type of situation. Not only have you spent money, and Mr. Tuttles would have defended you to the best of his ability, and you might have got a not guilty from him. I don't know. You know, sometimes jurors do things that we not even, you know, that kind of make us say, but Mr. Tuttles was a great attorney. But you know, his death has, of course, showed us, as all death does, you never know. One day you here, one day you're not. And fighting with your nail tech is not something you want to do in between the days. Now you lost a good nail tech. You've been going to the nail tech.
Yes.
Now you lost a good nail tech. Okay. So anyway, Ms. Miller, I'm going to accept the recommendation for probation, but I am going to reduce it. Probation recommended 15 months, and you do have a small criminal history, but I'm not going to, it's nothing that would cause me to put you on the 15-month, in my opinion. So I'm going to reduce it to 12 months, and then you would have an opportunity for the early discharge at 6 months if you comply with the terms and conditions of probation. So I'm going to give you a final review date. Mr. Flanagan, look up a 12-month date for me. And then I'll give you an interim review date where you will be eligible for discharge. I will sentence you pursuant to MCLA 771.1 with no objection from the people. That's a delayed sentence, meaning that upon completion of the, thank you, January 22nd, 2025 is the 12-month date. Upon completion of the probation successfully, the matter will be dismissed. You will be discharged from probation. The conviction will be removed from your record. Mr. Flanagan, give me a 6-month date. In the meantime, the conditions of your probation are as follows. You shall not violate any criminal law of any governmental unit. That means no new cases. You cannot leave the state of Michigan without my consent. You must notify probation immediately of any change of your address, phone number, or employment status. I shouldn't say my consent, the court's consent, because in my absence, somebody else can give you consent, like if there's a judge standing in. So without the court's consent, you must notify probation immediately of any change of your address, phone number, or employment status. You will report to probation on a monthly basis, and you will pay the following fines, costs, and fees. The court does note the income that is reported on page 5. And so the court is going to impose the following fines, costs, and fees. Mandatory cost of $210. I'm going to waive the attorney's fee. I'm going to impose only a $125 fine, no restitution. I'm sorry, I should say, I didn't see any claim for restitution. Ms. Ritter, am I correct?
So Judge, according to probation, they did reach out to the complaining witness and they spoke with someone. I believe the complaining witness doesn't speak English, but they spoke with someone on behalf of the complaining witness. And there was an indication that there were some medical bills, but the medical bills weren't forwarded over to probation. And I don't have any information regarding restitution as to medical claims.
Right now, I'm setting restitution at 0. I am going to reduce the oversight fees for probation also with respect to Ms. Miller, based upon 2 things. One, that she did pay counsel to represent her and the counsel subsequently passed. She's not going to get that money back, but I am going to give her some credit towards her. I'll reduce her oversight fees from $35 a month. I'll reduce them down to $20 a month. For the 12 months, that will be $240. If you get discharged at 6 months, that'll only be $120. And then the court is going to impose a $25 pre-sentence investigation fee. That is reduced from the $50 that I had been imposing. I am not going to order, let's see. I thought I saw that she had tested negative. Let's make sure I'm looking at the right. thing. Yeah, she tested on January 8th. She was negative for all substances. And then we're not going to go back to what we used to do, but I'm going to give her a chance to be, I am going to order some testing once a month at the 36th District Court. So that's the $10 testing. And I may waive the cost, but I want to see a couple of tests just to make sure she's not reverting back to previous things that was reported. So I'm going to just I'll reduce her testing fee to $5 per test, and I'll impose it for 6 months. That's $30. And then the total fines, costs, and fees would be $600, and $60. And in order to get discharged early, she would have to pay $550. You shall not use or possess any illegal substances, no marijuana without a valid medical marijuana card, no opiates without a letter of explanation and prescription from the doctor, no driving without a valid license, 15 weeks of anger management, clear up any outstanding warrants. You have a $462 balance at 36th District Court. You have to pay it or get on a payment plan for it. And I'm not going to order the mental health evaluation. And I'm not going to set a restitution hearing at this time, but if the probation or prosecutor receives any information, they can request one. I'm not ordering driver's improvement, nor the handgun. I'm not ordering it. All right. You're going to come back to see me July the 22nd. Is the one scheduled that day at 1:30 or 10 o'clock?
10 a.m.
Going to come back to see me July 22nd at 10 a.m. We will mail a copy of this order to the Lauder Street address. And then Ms. Stevenson, you said you were going to correct the phone number?
The address, and I've emailed that to Mr. Clerk.
So I'm sorry, we're going to send the order to the updated address, and probation will contact you at the phone number ended in 2496. Anything further?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Nothing on behalf of Ms. Miller. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right then, Ms. Miller, you're all set. Have a great day and stay safe.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
All right. Okay, finally, that Ms. Porter is finally connected and finally, but this was too much. I brought her in the courtroom like 5 times, and this was too much. All future proceedings are in person, all of them. I'm going to send her to a breakout room again. All of her future proceedings are in person.
I'm all set, Judge, if you're okay.
Oh, well, I already sent it. How did you get all set and you said you didn't even have a phone number for her? Don't let me get in your business.
Kind of good at that.
Yeah, apparently. Okay. Now I'm ready on the tether violation. Well, strike that. I'm sorry. I'm going to do Ms. Hollins first. Do y'all tell the people that I'm gonna put them right back in that waiting room if they come in there with me looking at the ceiling? Y'all probably don't, and you probably didn't. I'm ready on. Ooh, if Miss Kirkland is not the one that's on Jones.
I'm on Jones, Your Honor.
Okay, that's so good because I was, all right. This is case number 234573401. The people of the state of Michigan versus Cleophas Jones. Defendant is charged with 1 count of stalking. Today is the date set for, strike that. Defendant is brought before the court on a tether violation. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Renner on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kashava Kirkland on behalf of Mr. Jones, P84015. Mr. Jones, please state your name for the record.
Yes, Your Honor, Cleophas Jones.
Today is the day set for tether violation. I said set, but Mr. Jones was brought before the court on a tether violation allegation, and I zoned right in on the second paragraph, January 11th. It says the writer was contacted by Detroit police officer Parrish, who informed them that the subject, Jones, has been harassing the victim, Lance Wilson, and the victim's girlfriend, Carnisha Wilson. They had 3 police reports generated, and it says that he's been threatening and intimidating them. And then it does say they didn't have, it says something about there was no evidence or something, I don't know, to show the harassment. I was advised it said when Wilson arrived at the tether office and stated that the subject was calling and texting and threatening and harassing him multiple different phone numbers. They list 3 phone numbers. They didn't have any of these phone numbers on file for the defendant. And then after reviewing the many text messages, they took screenshots of the text messages and emailed them. And then they said they received a phone call from the phone number. And he said, yeah, that was him on the phone. Okay. Ms. Kirkland?
Yes, Your Honor.
What say ye?
Thank you. So at this time, Mr. Jones denies the allegations. So unfortunately, I know that the report does mention that screenshots were taken and photos were attached. I did not receive photos of those text messages. Mr. Jones has never denied that number belonged to him. What he does deny is any contact with the complainant, Lance Wilson. Ms. Carnisha Wilson is someone that they mutually know, and that is someone that Mr. Jones was in communication with prior to this case and has been in during this case, that he and Ms. Wilson do communicate and not in a threatening way, not in a threatening manner. Mr. Jones says that any text messages that they'd be able to provide would not be threatening. So I would ask for a copy of those messages because Mr. Jones says that they were not threatening, that he did not reach out to Lance, and that any text messages that were sent to Ms. Wilson, the same number that she's had since before this case and after this case. He's not had any contact with Mr. Wilson. I will note that in the violation, it doesn't mention exactly what was said, exactly what was threatened, or any of those things. And also, Mr. Wilson made an point to bring Ms. Carnisha Wilson to the station. And I think what I'm seeing is that it's more so he's upset with Mr. Jones having conversations with Ms. Carnisha Wilson and less of him and less of Mr. Jones threatening Mr. Williams. I'm sorry,
Ms. Kirkland, you believe that the Detroit police and the Wayne County Sheriff's violated or attempts to violate Mr. Jones because he sent some non-threatening text messages to somebody?
Judge, from my conversation with Mr. Jones, he doesn't even have contact info for Mr. Lance Wilson. So he hasn't been in communication with Mr. Lance Wilson at all. What it seems to me like this really is Mr. Lance Wilson is upset that Mr. Jones is in communication with Ms. Carnita Wilson. I believe that that's what this is really about. I'd ask that the court require that the tether agency provide those text messages. That way we can know exactly whose phone numbers they were sent to and exactly what those messages said. Because if Mr. Jones was just threatening Mr. Wilson, he wouldn't need to bring Ms. Carnita Wilson to the police station. He specifically brought her. So I do believe that the real issue is that Mr. Jones is in communication with Ms. Carnita Wilson, not that he's threatening Mr. Lance Wilson. And after communications with Mr. Jones, that is what he is saying is going on. I have talked to Mr. Jones, and he does understand that his relationship with Ms. Carnita Wilson it is probably the root of the issue with this, and he has agreed that he would not be in any communication with Ms. Carnita Wilson to avoid any future issues. But I'd ask that this court not violate him, especially without seeing those text messages.
Any response at this time from the people?
Judge, so the people had an opportunity to review the tether violation report. And Judge, I didn't see a copy of the text messages or the screenshots attached to the report either. However, due to the information, Judge, it's still a violation of the no contact order, whether it's indirect or direct towards the complaining witness. And at this time, Judge, if there's no text messages, I'm going to leave it in the court's discretion as of now to violate Mr. Jones on the no contact order violation for this tether report. However, Your Honor, if the people do receive copies of those text messages and we do confirm that it is Mr. Jones, what the people will do will hold an emergency bond hearing due to the violation of the no contact order. And if there is supporting testimony with supporting evidence that there are threatening text messages being sent to these complaining witnesses, Judge, then the people are going to consider adding a charge of witness intimidation as well. It looks like this is a safety violation for the complaining witness in this matter, Judge. This is a stalking case. So at this time, Judge, I'm going to ask the court to hold it in advance and let there be an emergency bond hearing so that we can get a copy of those text messages.
Well, we're going to get a copy of the text messages. I don't know why they weren't attached to, it says attached. So we're going to immediately have them submitted to the court. I'm going to adjourn the tether violation hearing until Friday. And we're going to get the text messages, and the witnesses must appear Friday, January 26th. And we're going to put that at 11 o'clock. Anything further?
Judge, will this hearing be held in person or via Zoom?
The two people that are mentioned have the same last name. How are they? Well, Mr. Flanagan looked like he's sending some supporting documentation right now. How did we get the supporting documentation? But this
Your
is
Honor,
yes.
They sent some documentation on Friday, late Friday afternoon. I had forwarded it over, but they just sent this report this morning, this particular report.
Who did you forward the stuff to?
Your Honor, Miss Ritter and Miss Stevenson.
Oh, well, apparently we already got the supporting documentation, Miss Ritter.
Okay, Judge, I see that now. Thank you, Mr. Flanagan.
So then is it possible then we could move the hearing up? I thought we needed to get it, but apparently it was attached or it was sent. So let's move the hearing to Wednesday. And that could be in person. Well, let Ms. Stevenson look at the stuff Let's set the matter for Wednesday at 11. And let's just, yes, plan for it to be in person. Because the two people that's mentioned in there, they have the same last name. So I don't know if that means they live in the same household. And if they live in the same household, I don't want to have a Zoom hearing. So that's why I'm saying in person.
Okay.
So let's put it on the docket for 11:02. And then you all can review those documents. Anything further?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, we're all set until Wednesday then.
Can I say something, please?
Mr. Jones, I'm gonna advise that you not say anything just yet. If you want, I can go in breakout room. If it's okay with Your Honor, I can go in breakout room with him to try to answer his question.
You can.
Thank you.
I'll move the jail to breakout room number 2. All right, I'm ready on Porter and Hollins. Mr. Jones, if you don't know how to go to the breakout room yourself, oh, there it is. Okay. Ms. Hollins, I need you to be still, ma'am. I need you to stabilize your device, please. This is case number 234416301. People versus April Marie Hollins. Defendant is charged with 2 counts of guns possession while operating under the influence. Today is the date set. We'll find a pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of April Hollins. Ms. Hollins, ma'am, please unmute and say your full name.
April Hollins. April Marie Hollins.
Today is the date set for final pretrial conference, Ms. Stevenson.
Your Honor, at this time, Ms. Hollins will continue her plea of not guilty. And Your Honor, I would ask the court to adjourn today's final pretrial conference. The people have tendered an offer to Ms. Hollins, Your Honor, and to be honest with the court, I was looking at the wrong discovery. I didn't think I had it, and I do have it. So that was my fault. And so I'm asking for another final pretrial conference.
Ms. Hollins didn't even come to her last court date.
Well, I still have to be ready, and I wasn't. So that may be why I confused the names, or what, I don't know, but I did confuse the names, Your Honor.
The court is going to continue a not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Hollins. I will give a brief adjournment.
Okay.
Court will set the matter for Friday, February 2nd.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Could Ms. Hollins to break out, please, Your Honor?
And that's at 9:05, Mr. Flanagan.
Okay.
All right. I will return Ms. Hollins to the breakout room.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hold on.
I thought I'm supposed to be in the breakout room.
I don't know what they doing. They got me and her in the breakout.
No, sit your phone down, start eating food.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I got two people on here. So do we need to go back on the record with Ms. Hollins?
Ms. Hollins was supposed to go to breakout, Judge, but actually we don't have to do that now. I'll just give her a call.
I thought I did put her in breakout.
I'm not sure, but I can call
Yes,
her.
I did. She's in 15. Did she need to move?
Um,
I moved her to 2.
okay, thank you, Your Honor.
I don't know if she's going or not, but okay. All right, I'm ready on Porter. This is case number 204405701. The people versus Alicia Porter. Defendant is charged with assault aggravated. Today is the date set for final pretrial conference appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Ms. Alicia Porter. Ms. Porter, ma'am, please unmute and just say your full name.
Unmute, please unmute. Say your name, ma'am, please.
Can I get a minute to move here? Because these people, they tripping up here in the pharmacy because I'm not getting nothing out of here at the pharmacy. I'm gonna be still. I just want to.
Do you think that this is the way that you're speaking and the way that you're asking? Do you think it's appropriate for court? So
I didn't hear you. Sorry about that.
okay.
All right, I'm still now. I apologize.
Okay. Can you please say your name?
Alicia Porter.
Okay, Ms. Stevenson.
Thank you, Your Honor. On behalf of Ms. Porter, we would move for dismissal for the complainant's failure to appear in matters scheduled for jury trial May 14th, Your Honor.
Ms. Ritter. Ms. Ritter?
Yes, Your Honor. So today is set for a final pretrial conference. And my notes reflect that the court required the complaining witness to be present. I don't see the complaining witness, Ms. Danielle Dinkins, in the waiting room, and I don't have any explanation as to why Ms. Dinkins is not present. So at this time, Your Honor, the people will not be able to proceed based on the complaining witness's failure to appear.
Today is the day set for pretrial conference. The complaining witness was required to appear. They have failed to appear. The people have no explanation for the failure. They are unable to proceed. The court is going to grant defense counsel's motion. The matter is dismissed without prejudice. Ms. Porter, we will mail you a copy of the order of dismissal for your records. Have a great day and stay safe.
You too, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome. All right, and I guess I'll do Mr. Dudley.
Appreciate that, Your Honor.
Yeah. This is case number 125916401, the people versus Curtis Jr. Dudley. Defendant is charged with 1 count of weapons, I don't know, something pistol, and operating while intoxicated. Today is the date set for pretrial conference appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people, and Judge, count 1 is carrying concealed weapon under the influence.
Thank you.
Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Mr. Curtis Dudley. Mr. Dudley, sir, please say your full name, sir. Thank you.
Curtis Jr. Dudley.
Today's the day set for pretrial conference. It's a 2012 case, so I'm assuming this isn't the first pretrial conference, but how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, it was my understanding that November 17th, 2023 was the first arraignment. Mr. Dudley continues his plea of not guilty. We're going to ask that this matter be set for final pretrial conference. We would request discovery, and we would ask that the $5,000 personal bond previously ordered by the magistrate be continued, and that Mr. Dudley did turn himself in November 2023 when he learned for the first time that this matter was outstanding.
Court continues a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Dudley. I will set the matter for final pretrial conference. April the 8th, 2024. With discovery being due by March the 8th. And the people also needing to confirm, of course, because of the age of the case, whether they're even able to proceed. Meaning, you know, are the troopers still available? And if they are available, do they have any independent memory of the situation? That sort of thing. Anything further? Bond will continue. The bond will continue. With no drinking and no driving without a valid license.
Nothing on behalf of Mr. Dudley. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Well, I'm going to cancel the no drinking part. It was 2012. Has he had any new offenses since then? Are you aware of, Ms. Ritter?
Not that I'm aware of, Your Honor.
I'm gonna cancel the no drinking. He just has to have a valid license to drive. And then if we need to readdress it later, we can. All right, then we're all set. Mr. Dudley, you're coming back. The next time is at 9 o'clock. Okay.
The date?
All right. The date is, what date did I say? I don't know.
April 8th, Your Honor.
April 8th. I said April 8th. I closed my paper, Mr. Dudley. Don't be laughing. I closed my paper now. April 8th at 9 o'clock, Mr. Dudley.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Have a great day. Stay safe.
You too.
Thank you. All right. That concludes the people who showed up.